Talk and Power, your motorsport and motoring radio show. Now on 88.5 FM, The Valley Comes Alive. And podcasting across iTunes and talkandpower.com.au.
Okay, welcome everyone to the Gone But Not Forgotten car show, holding on through time. This is also the Talk and Power 100th episode, so thanks everyone for joining us, coming out in this lovely weather we've been having. I'm joined here by James McDonald from Shannons. James, thanks for having us here. This show's been put on by Shannons Insurance and also Auto One. So thanks a lot, James, for having us. I've also got co-host here, Simon Gonzo Travellini and Todd Brinkworth. Thanks, guys.
Hey, how you going?
Thanks, everyone.
Hang on, that's better. Sorry. We're outdoor broadcast, live and dangerous.
It is live and dangerous.
And we're getting there. We're trying to, bring the quality across. So
How come I haven't got that set of notes? Why is it you guys always set me up like this?
What do you mean?
You guys says there's going to be a copy. Don't worry about printing it.
Here you go. There you go.
No, there's a copy underneath there. Don't worry, we're not into that yet, Simon. So don't panic.
Just make up as you go along. That's what I do.
Hey, look, before we get stuck too far into it, those people that are out there walking around, thanks for joining us. Thanks for bringing your Holdens out today. It's great to see everyone here, and it's great to see so many people join us on, not the greatest day for weather, but look, hopefully the rain will hold off now. So we really love to thank all these people that have joined us here today.
And of course Shannon's putting on the event.
Yeah, most definitely.
I'll just jump in here quickly and say thank you everyone to those of you that have registered with us prior to the event. We didn't have very long to get everything together, only about 6 weeks from when we actually got approval to use this venue. So for all of you to come on board for such a great cause, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Can I just say, I think it's incredible you guys managed to get Newcastle Street blocked.
Yeah,
I don't even think if we had a Grand Prix here that someone would be able to pull that one off.
Well, I think they saw that it was a good cause for charity as well, and something special to say we remember Holden, and we always will remember Holden. So I think they were on board from the start, which was great.
Yeah. We also need to thank Richie Howlett. Richie's just over there. Richie, you're live if you want to talk as well. Thanks for joining us here.
Hello. Oh,
Wow.
Gonzo's holding his ears. Sorry, a bit loud there, am I?
Everyone did their volumes before we started.
No, it's nice to be here, and I'm going to wander around and stick microphones in people's faces and get them to tell us about their cars.
Yeah, no, most certainly. So yeah, we really appreciate everyone for coming out, and it's a great day to be here. All right, look, just one more plea for those people. Come and tell us your story. We're really interested in hearing your story. Richie's going to be going around, but if you can come up to the podcast desk, sit down with us, have a chat, tell us a bit about your car. And it's not so much about the car where, yes, it's interesting to know engine and its combination, of course. But if you can tell us the story about how you got the car. We've already had a chat with a few people before, had some really interesting stories. I spoke with a gentleman just up here with his FC Holden. Bought it brand new from here, City Motors, in 1958. His father bought it. And it's a one-owner job. It's had a full restoration, and it is an absolutely beautiful car. Thanks to Mike. Thanks for joining us already this morning. It was great to chat with you.
You know, Nick, on that note, I've got to say, as I was reading the notes yesterday, there's some real tearjerkers in here. These cars are more than just cars. They're a bunch of emotions every time their owners look at them.
Yeah,
it's just amazing some of the stories behind these vehicles. Yeah,
no, it certainly is. All right, guys. Well, look, we'll switch over now, and so come and tell us your story, and Richie might come and harass you shortly. And thanks, Richie.
I was going to say, Simon, what you were saying about your car, emotions and everything else that's attached to it. Cars are like music. Sometimes you can place a song to a special moment in your life, whether it's your bridal song or whether it's just a song that was playing when something really special happened. I think a lot of people also can attach a car to special moments. You know, when they're walking around and they see an EH Holden, you know, I remember going to the shops or going there with my grandma in one of those. Or, you know, and everybody's got a story and everybody has an attachment to a car in some way, shape or form. For those people that really believe a car is just a means to get from A to B, then, you know, they need to get out and smell some roses sometimes, because, you know, cars are like that, and cars become as big a part of our life as what our families do.
I agree completely, Richie. I believe that some of these cars actually have a soul.
They do. They do. And we're going to get to the heart and soul of a lot of them.
That's right.
All right, now thanks for that, Richie. We really appreciate that as well, and we appreciate your help today as well. So it's much appreciated. All right, we'll take a short break here, and we'll be back with some interviews. So come over, make sure you come and say hello, and we'd love to chat with you.
How was your day, sweetie?
Terrible. A deal that I've been working on for weeks fell apart and...
Yep. Sounds like the time the gearbox went in my Patrol.
How is that the same, Terry?
If you really love cars, Auto One.
Okay, I'm here with Mike Safford. Mike, thanks for joining us on the podcast. You're from the Veteran Car Club, and we're standing in front of your beautiful 1959 FC Holden, and I must say, this is a spectacular car, at the very least. This is a beautiful car. Tell us a little bit about it.
We've got a great story. This was bought from this particular place here at City Motors on the 27th of January 1959. My father, who's come out of Albania, so a foreigner, came here and he saved and saved and saved, because this is the Rolls Royce. This was the Rolls Royce of Holden's, and he had to have one with all the bling on it. So we've had it in the family since new. I ended up warehousing it for about 33 years. So 1987, I think we took it off the road. And then my father's grandchild, which is my number one son, him and myself, we restored it. Stripped it right back to absolutely zero. And everything on it is original as much as we can buy or find. And what we couldn't get, we made. And the result is this beautiful car. The beauty of it also was that my son was taken to hospital with my wife being pregnant to be born, so it has a bit of history there. I have a sister that was married in it, and my dear old mum, who's 94, once we restored it, we then had a big presentation. So she came, put her in the car, took her for a drive, and there was tears in our eyes. And even on the glove box, I've got my father's signature, because that's his car. His name was Charlie. He was known as Charlie.
What a magnificent story. So let me get this right. Your father would have come out here like a lot of Europeans did in the mid-50s. Am I guessing right?
Early 50s. And he had to escape out of the country, as a lot of those people did back then. Very hard worker, and definitely saved and saved and saved until he was able to buy one of these.
That's the beauty of Mike. I mean, a lot of immigrants to Australia back in those days would have done the same. But this is not just the standard. You said that before. This is the special. This one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. This one's got all the bling on it. It's a bit of a copy from the American Chevy, of course, and a lot of the colouring, like the roof lining, the upholstery in the seats, is all from America, from the 53, 54 Chevys. And we were able to get a lot of that gear from America to build this car back to where it was. It's a 2-year project, and it was finished in March of this year. And of course, then we've had COVID and then rain, and now it's just our pleasure to show it as a family heirloom. Beautiful.
Yeah, it is a beautiful car, I must say, Mike, and you've done a magnificent job restoring it. Well, can I just ask a quick question? So when you stored it in the garage, you said, for a reasonable amount of time, what sort of condition, when you did the full restore, what was it in when you put it back out of the shed?
We're fairly fortunate because my father, when he had the car, if it rained and he took it home, he would wipe it down. So there was very limited body work that we had to do. But regardless of that, yeah, it had deteriorated from just sitting, even though it had a cover on it. And then when we actually did the restore, we stripped it down to absolutely every nut, bolt. There wasn't a scrap of paint on it, and the underneath of this vehicle is exactly the same as the top.
Yeah, amazing vehicle. It is beautiful, and we'll get if you're watching this, if you're listening to the podcast, I urge you to go back and watch the video, because the car is absolutely magnificent. Mike, look, thanks for joining us on the podcast here. And thank you for sharing your story. It's a great story, and look, I mean, it's a magnificent job, and we really appreciate you bringing out the car today as well. The weather's not the best, and I'm sure this car hasn't been wet for 40 odd years, I would assume.
That's right, yeah, and it's our pleasure because it's not just our family heirloom. We want to share this. It's an Australian icon, and when we had the opportunity to come back to City Motors, which has still got the transfer under the bonnet here, it was just a wonderful time for us. So personally, it's very emotional.
No, thanks, Mike. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Guys, firstly, we'll get stuck into you, John, because I'm pretty curious about your car. I have to be honest with you, I don't think I've ever seen a black EH before, so not in the flesh anyway. So tell us a little bit about that. That car is pretty special to a lot of people that are walking around today. I urge them to come and have a look at that car up close. It's right in front of us, to the left slightly, right in front of Happy's Ute.
Next to the Pontiac.
Yeah, yep. So tell us, NASCO, what was the purpose of that division, John?
So NASCO was the National Automotive Company, and what they did is, like when you bought a car today, the salesman would say, gee, you need some mud flaps on that thing, you need paint protected, etc. So what Holden did is they manufactured a lot of those motor vehicles, and then the way to make it a bit different and to customise it was to sell your NASCO accessories. So there was a book of accessories you could put on, and that car out there has got pretty much every accessory that you could get, except for a taxi rail and also a tow bar. So it was a way to upsell the vehicle, and that the dealer could also make some more profit on the car.
Yeah, okay. So tell us a little bit about that car. How many of those EH Holdens were built, and in particular, how many of them are manual Premiers?
Yeah, so that one is a factory black manual Premier sedan. So when Holden made Premiers, they were the luxury model. Mm-hmm. So they pretty much put an auto behind it, because why would you want to have a luxury model car and change your own gears? But with the S4 being raced and the 179 coming out, they put a manual gearbox in there. And there were people like the gentleman who first owned that car, who was a farmer. They liked changing gears, and so they did make a limited run of manual Premiers. That one's build 446. There's probably about 800 that were produced in the sedans, a lower number in the wagons, and obviously the utilities and the panel vans. But so to have a factory black with Warrigal red interior was something quite rare. Normally black was reserved for taxis or government cars, or even the clergy had them. So yeah, that one's quite a rare car.
Yeah, okay. Tell us, you indicate that's a Pagewood car. Where were these manufactured?
So Holden had this plan to manufacture cars in every state of Australia. We actually assembled cars here in West Australia, down just from Cottesloe. Ford also did one, so the old brewery is where Ford built theirs. Unfortunately, the Holden plant is now gone. Iona College is there. So Pagewood was a Sydney-based car, and that's where they did a lot of the Premiers and coupes. Brisbane also assembled cars. They were the only state of Australia to actually make those Geminis, which I see a few Geminis here today. So Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide and Perth.
Yeah, amazing. A lot of people probably didn't know that, but yeah, a lot of Holdens were built here in Western Australia, and in fact a number of cars that are here today, I've read through all the stories, a number of cars that are actually here today were built in Western Australia, so that's an amazing achievement. Look, I mean, back in the day we were manufacturing cars here. It's an amazing story really when you think about it.
Oh, absolutely, and we built them up to the HQ, so 1974 is when they closed the plant, unfortunately.
Yeah, yep. So, John, tell us, we're at the site of City Motors. How many dealers were in Perth during that sort of EH period?
There were 4 major dealers. There was City Motors in Stirling Street and also in Scarborough Beach Road. You had Young's, you had Shacks, and the now defunct gee, I've forgotten it, but there was one down where the Hilton Hotel is now. So, and then there was multiple.
Atwood Motors.
Yeah. No, Atwood were a distributor.
Oh, okay.
So
was it Sydney Atkins?
Yeah, Sydney Atkins. There you go. Got it. And see, I tested him out on that. So yeah, Sydney Atkins was the major one. So Sydney Atkins received the first Holdens back in 1948. They received 6 brand spanking 48 215s, all in black. And so they were our major dealer, and say Sydney Motors followed as well.
Yeah, okay. No, amazing. And look, thank you very much for bringing that car. And as I said, I urge everyone out there, go and have a look at it. It's a magnificent car. You've put you've replicated, if it was for sale in the yard. You've done a really magnificent job on that car, and and I really appreciate you bringing it. Before you turn the microphone on, you actually mentioned this is the 3rd time it's ever been wet, so.
Yes, so you're very fortunate, so it is got a for sale sign on it, but sorry, it's not for sale for that value. or you got to have Australian pounds. Is what I want. Yeah, it's not. But no, listen, a great event. Thank you very much for the invite. Yes, sad to see we don't manufacture vehicles in Australia anymore, but it's just a sign of the time. And I hope this becomes a popular event and an annual event.
All right, Alan, I'm Todd from Talking Power Podcast. We're here for the Gone But Not Forgotten tribute to the Holdens. Tell us a little bit about the car behind us here.
Well, we knew Phil Money, which was there was a previous owner to us.
Yeah.
And he had it up for sale. I don't know whether he fell on bad times or not, but anyway, I decided we wanted it.
Yep.
And because it's so unique, it's body number 19, which is the 2nd oldest known Holden.
That is pretty special.
So it is pretty special.
Yeah.
It's unrestored.
Oh, well, yeah.
It's never been restored. It has been repainted. Apparently the dealer from Casterton in Victoria, I'm not sure whether he gave it or he sold it to his niece. When she got it, she didn't like the colour, so she painted it green.
Oh.
And when he got it back, he was so horrified to think that number 19, this very unique car, was in this car. So he had to paint it back. So it's been painted, but there's nothing else been done to the car. It's got an original engine, gearbox, diff, you name it. So it's never ever going to be a show car, but it is what it is.
I reckon it looks pretty special myself, though. Like, let's be honest, that is looking pretty nice, and to me, it's putting on a show. Come on, let's be honest.
Well, I like the car, because it's so unique, and being number 19, it is something really special. Yeah.
So does it drive well for its age? Does it still trundles along and everything else?
Yes, it still goes all right. It's got the rag tyres on the moment.
Yeah.
It's not the best to drive. Well, it's not like a modern Commodore or anything, but it does drive quite good.
Oh, excellent. So, well, no, thank you for bringing it on today. It's really nice to see, and hope you enjoy the rest of your day out with this, and
thanks very much. Thanks very much for Shannons for
no worries.
Hi, it's Nick here from the Talking Power Podcast. We are proud to announce Auto One as our brand partner for the podcast. Auto One, it's the one. You can now order online with Click and Collect or get your order shipped. Head to www.auto1.com.au. Like us at the podcast, Auto One has a passion for cars and all things automotive. They understand your love of cars too. With great prices and the biggest brands you know and trust, they are sure to be able to help you with your project, whether it be replacing your wiper blades, fitting out your four-wheel drive with the latest gear, or rebuilding your dad's old HQ Holden. Not sure on how to install those spotlights? Don't panic. Just head to the website and click on the do-it-yourself videos, and Rico will talk you through the process. From Auto One in Albany up to Auto One in Karratha, across to Auto One in Townsville, down to Auto One in Hobart, and over 50 stores in between. Auto One has a retail store nearby with expert advice and the stock on hand. Auto One is committed to bringing you the brands you know and trust at great prices. Coupled with the team's knowledge and experience, Auto One, it's the one.
So I'm here with Craig, who owns, well, it's a VL Walkinshaw, but it's a very special one. Can you tell us a bit more about it, Craig? We'll just have you chat about it without the recorder going, but can you let everyone know what we're just talking about? So
no worries at all. Yeah, it's a special factory order Walkinshaw for a director that owned a company called Display Co, and his company did marketing and merchandising and trade stands for HSV back in '87 and '88. And he was a bit of a car collector, and they asked him to, sort of, did he want to buy one? And he sort of said, I want a bunch of options done. So yeah, got some special treatment with leather interior and sunroof, velour hood lining and rear headrests and things like that. So it's I guess a one-on-one walkie.
Yeah, no, it's quite nice. I mean, the sunroof, you say it has electric mirrors, stuff like that. It's for the Holden aficionados out there, and HSV. We were sort of suggesting that it's somewhere between a Walkinshaw and a Director almost.
Yeah.
With some of the options it has, which, it's quite rare, and it's very clean. So you've had it for how long?
14 years. Bought it in 2006. So it was a Sydney car all its life before it came here, and it's been here ever since, and it's not going back.
Yeah, fair enough. So, you're only Holden or HSV that you own, or you got a couple in the shed, or?
I've got a VL Calais turbo manual, factory manual as well.
Oh.
So that's a bit rare as well. And that,
Yeah.
So they've all sort of jumped up in value, which is a good thing and a bad thing. But yeah, I got the 2 VLs, so.
Oh, very nice. So, well, we appreciate you bringing it out today, and as I said, this will be up because race car.
Have you tell us about your...
I'm here with Darren, who's Julian's mate we were just speaking to a little while ago, that had the, hand-me-down Gemini.
Yeah,
and apparently you're the Gemini expert, I've just been told.
Yeah. Awesome, that's what I like to hear, yeah.
So we're standing in front of your Gemini. One of
Yep.
yours, or?
Yeah, this is one of mine, you're right.
Oh, good guess. See?
Yeah.
I'm good at this game.
This one's a TC Coupe, which
Yep.
is a 77. Julian's one's a 76 TX, a little bit different sort of grille treatment. That's about it really that you can notice. But we're all part of the Gems WA Car Club.
Yeah.
So it's not a proper affiliated club with paying members, it's more of just a social group.
Yep.
So yeah, this one, I've had this one for about 12 years. When I bought it, it was black. It originally was a yellow one.
Yep.
Over that time, I've had numerous engine combos, turbos, twin cams, fuel injected. I've had everything in there.
Oh yeah.
At the moment, it's just a little hottie 2 litre, bit of a cam on it.
Oh yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, enjoy owning Geminis, like runs in the family, or just something you came across? Or?
Yeah, well, first car was a Gemini panel van. Dad bought me that.
Yep.
Just chuck all my surfboards in there, my boogie boards, skateboards. Ever since then, I guess it's just been a passion. These Geminis have hung around.
Yeah. No, you don't see many of them anymore. I was just saying that before to Julian. Like you just don't.
Nah,
you don't see them.
There's quite a lot around, but you just don't. You don't see them. You're right.
Yeah.
Most people that got Gemini, I got more than one.
Yeah.
Well, I've got 6.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I got 4 coupes and 2 sedans. Last year I had, I think I had a wagon and a panel van. I've sold those.
Yep.
So yeah, I've gone through quite a few of them and build them all the time.
Yeah. No, I mean, as I've always been into sort of the different alternate car classics, I guess you say. The coupes were always a rare thing. Back when standing in front of yours right now, I'm like, I have not seen a coupe since 15 years ago, I reckon. So
pretty much why I've got more at home. When I sold my wagon and my panel van, I bought more coupes just to keep building coupes up because they're the hard ones to get.
Yeah.
And they're the sporty looking one. They're the hottie.
Yeah. So, well, thanks for coming down today. It's good to see one of these out and about. So, you run the Gemini...
Yeah, it's called Gems WA.
Yep.
On Facebook.
Okay.
So look us up on Facebook, Gems WA.
Yeah, all right. Well, there you go, listeners. You can Gems WA on Facebook if you want to see everything Gemini. And thanks for your time today. I'm here with Marco.
That's right.
Who owns the lovely... Well, tell us what's behind us.
It's a 71 GTS Monaro Coupe. I've had it for about 24 years.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's my first car.
Nice. So you went out and found this yourself and decided, I want a Monaro.
Yeah.
To be one of these.
Yeah, this is when you could, find one pretty decently priced and, they were still popular but not expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, it's quite good looking. So tell us a little bit what's done to it. Like it's looking very immaculate. Is it all original or is it slightly modified?
No, it was. It's been modified, but that's the original colour. It was back to bare metal back in '99, 2000.
Yep.
And it's had some bodywork done to it then, and it's been resprayed. That's the original colour, Spartacus blue, but it just didn't have the stripes on it.
Yeah.
But I had fitted the stripes at the time because I thought they looked cool.
Yeah.
Since then, I've fitted a 355 stroker.
Oh, yeah.
Stage 2 Trimatic, still got the Salisbury diff, retrimmed the interior to be original, but it's got some mods to it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And do you get out in it much, or is it sort of hide at home a fair bit, does it, or a bit of both?
A bit of both, yeah, if the weather's right.
Yeah, fair enough. And today's a bit...
This morning wasn't that great, no.
Yeah, no, hit and miss.
It's hit and miss, but yeah.
No, it's very clean, and we appreciate you bringing it out today. And I heard a rumour you used to work at Shannons, so...
I did, yeah.
So you know what it's like owning one of these and how rare they are, and...
Yeah, well, it's... when I was working there, that's when everything started to go really full on with not just these, but even just Kingswoods, Premiers, Falcons, anything of that era. But yeah, definitely, it's definitely, it's not something you can have as your first car, I guess, anymore.
No.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask a question as well. Is it your only Holden, or have you got a few tucked away at home, or?
No, this is the only one I got.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I didn't have space for anything else, but...
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's the only Holden.
Oh, excellent. So, thank you for your time today.
No worries.
It's very good to meet you. And I said we'll have all this up on the Shannons website, Because Race Car, and the Talking Power podcast/website.
Yep.
And you can see photos of your car and hear us talking about it. So, thank you for your time today.
No worries.
Catch up.
Thanks.
The Auto One customer loyalty program, the Auto One Club, has been designed to provide privileges to loyal customers. Head on over to www.auto1.com.au and click on the club membership tab, or alternatively head into your local Auto One store and ask about the benefits that come with being a loyal Auto One Club member. While you're in the store, be sure to check out Auto One's extensive range of Impact Automotive garage tools, floor mats and coolant. The Impact Automotive range offers quality products at affordable prices. From a 3-ton heavy-duty trolley jack to an adjustable mechanic seat, the Impact Automotive range has a garage tool that'll suit your needs. The range has also well over 20 different types of floor and boot mats to suit your ride. They come in rubber or fabric with a PVC backing to stop slipping. Also in the range is an extensive choice of coolant. Whether it be pre-mixed or concentrate, the long life range of red and green Impact Automotive coolant is bound to have a product that suits your needs. To view the full range of Impact Automotive products, head on over to www.auto1.com.au or visit one of their stores. Auto One is committed to bringing you the brands you know and trust at great prices. Coupled with their team's knowledge and experience, Auto One, it's the one.
I'm down here at the Gone But Not Forgotten car show with Julian, who owns... what do you own there, Julian?
It's a 1976 Gemini that I don't really know too much about because I'm a Ford guy. So story behind this one was it was my grandmother's, owned it from brand new. When she sadly passed away early 2000s, we just parked it up. I had no interest in it, I'm a Ford guy. And then we just decided, let's just get it running, get it re-registered, get it back on the road, which we did. And just sits in the garage and bring it out every now and then, maybe once, twice a year. I met Darren, who's with the WA Gemini Club, and he actually told me a lot about this car because I knew absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Even today to do all the details for today to enter the show, I had to ring up Darren and go, Darren, what's the Gemini again? He's like, Julian, it's a 76, it's a TX, a TE. I always get it wrong. And that's it, but I never drive it, I'm a Ford guy. The only reason why I decided to keep it is because it's got an Isuzu motor, not a Holden.
Oh, there you go. So let's have a look. Is it auto or manual? I can't see from it.
Auto.
And so it's got the
1.6 litre apparently.
From the Isuzu, yeah. Oh, no worries.
No, just completely original. Like Nonna had it, is how she sits. I haven't touched it. I just enough to get it licensed, and it sits the way it stands. Very rarely
it
gets
is
driven.
quite clean. I mean, we've got Brendan getting some photos of it while we're chatting.
You can see the engine bay's not too clean.
Oh well, we'll leave the bonnet down, hey?
Yeah, that's it.
But no, I mean, it's good you brought them out. Like, I mean, at the podcast, we love Holden and Ford.
Yes,
but, hey,
yep.
Well, some of us guys do like the Fords a bit more.
Yeah.
So we don't blame you.
No.
But still, we appreciate you bringing it out today. And
the Ford Holden banter is something I absolutely love. That's why owning this car is a good little twist on the story. Every now and then I'll go out to a car show, I'll get the feelings right, and I'll take the Gemini, and then people that know me, they're like, "Is this your car?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Where have you been hiding it? I said, "Exactly. I hide it."
Yeah.
It's just good, that little quirky bit every now and then, get out the old Gemmy.
Yeah, I know. So actually, what colour is it? Is this the old? Hang on, I'm taking the sunglasses off.
I think
cream or the?
Is it Shamos colour?
Oh,
I think
wow,
it's called.
yeah.
You know, again, it's Darren's Mr. Gemini. He knows everything about Darren. Darren, they're asking me questions I don't know the answers to.
It's got a red badge, not a blue badge.
So Darren, what's the colour of the car?
I don't know actually. I think it's a reef green or something. It's like a beigey colour. It's been resprayed, but
Yeah. It was a Shamos or something, chamois green.
It might have been chamois, but now it looks like a reef green.
No, it's quite clean, and I mean, thank you for bringing it out today.
Yeah,
you know, and it's just these stories we're collecting about. You
That's
know,
it,
why do people have these cars and what it means to them?
It's basically sentimental. I've had a lot of people offer to buy it. I don't drive it, but I'll never sell it. It was my grandmother's. You know, good old nonna. Just leave it in the corner, and it's a bit of a memento to her, and that's it. And you know, you don't see him as much. I mean,
No, you don't.
This is all we got here in WA for today. You know, it's like
and they used to be a lot back in the day. Back when I was growing up as well,
that's it.
We had the choice. We either had Datsuns or Geminis.
That's right. Yeah.
So,
nice.
But
great little car.
Yeah.
You know, great little quirky car.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, no worries. Thank you for that, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Not
and
a problem.
We might see you at a Ford show one day.
Yes, definitely, 100%.
All right, catch up. Thanks. Here with Rod. How you going, Rod?
I'm good.
Yeah. So apparently you own two FJs. Am I right?
Yeah, FJ panel van and FJ Ute.
Oh, very
Up
nice.
there.
Oh, yeah, and you've had them for a very long time, I understand.
Had the panel van for 44 years and the Ute since 2001, so that's 19 years I've had them.
Wow. So, and both original, I'm taking it, like, you know?
Yeah, they were both original when I bought them, and they've been restored to original.
Oh, okay, very nice.
100% original.
Oh, well, excellent. So, I mean, I guess it was a bit of a shame that, you know, gone but not forgotten, end of an era for the Holdens, but look, it's good to see stuff like this still exists and is out and about, so we appreciate you bringing it down.
Yeah.
But anything else in the collection you have at home besides the FJs, or?
Oh, no, only a Lambretta, 1954 Lambretta.
Oh, very nice.
Motor scooter that I'm restoring with my grandson, so it's just a bit of a hobby thing. But,
yeah, excellent. So, and much other history on the FJs, like since you've owned them, like, you know, they certain build numbers or anything like that you know of, or?
No, the panel van is one of the rarest FJ panel vans because it's known as a butcher's baker's van. There was only 1,120 or something made, and they're very, very hard to find these days. And I was lucky enough to get mine from the original owner. Both of them I got from the original owner, so I'm the second owner of both of them, which is pretty unusual these days. And I think the most important thing is I've got the history on both cars, the complete history. So
wow, there you go.
And a lot of chaps don't have that, you know, and I think it goes a long way if you own a car to know its history.
Yeah, it comes in really handy. So
yeah.
I think the last butchers or the panel vans you call them, I saw one with Peter's Ice Cream written on the side of one back in the day.
Yeah,
very long time ago, but yeah.
Peter's Ice Cream,
yeah.
Tolkien's Bakeries, who used to be just up the road here, about 300, 400 metres from here. They had lots of FJ panel vans.
There you go.
So they probably came from City Motors.
Yeah, they probably did. Well, excellent to see them out today. Thank you for bringing them out again. And again, this will be on the Shannons Insurance website. And because race car and talking power, and we can see more information about your cars and hear a bit more about them and things like that.
It's been a great day, and I think it's a credit to Shannons for putting this on. It's been a great
pretty impressive turnout, and for the fact they did it in about 6 weeks, we've got to remember that.
Yeah.
From concept to everyone being here, so it's been a great day out. So.
Yeah. The only thing you've got to look at is the chap that was in charge of weather. I'd sack him.
Yeah, well, it is December and hey, we're wandering around and it's a bit wet, but hey.
That turned out good.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you for your time today.
Now, Nick, I've built some pretty mental cars over the last 30 years. But that pink Tirana over there, I've got to tell you, nothing that I have built compares to that. Twin turbocharged big block in a LH 4-door?
LX.
LX with a LH front. Okay, there you go. This is the owner, Elise, yes?
Yes.
Yes. Tell us about the car. How did it come to be? Because that is the most, if it had different plates on it, I think they should say Death Trap or something.
Yeah, that's probably not far from the point. So I bought a LH SLR in 2006, and it got yellow stickered when I was 25. So I drove it from 18 to 25, and I thought, okay, no worries, take it to the Motorplex, run it on methanol, whoop-ass warrior, motivation. Then it went into burnout comp. So for the 14-15 season, I came 7th, and then continued to do a few burnout comps after that, but then we lost a few engines.
And that was a 308 or
350.
350 Chev?
And then we upgraded to a 383, and then we were losing like an engine a skid. So I got to the point where I was like, nah, this isn't worth our time. And then I actually took it to Collie after we'd put the little 350 back in.
Yep.
And it tried to burn itself to the floor.
Oh.
Yeah, so the LH SLR original so I went, nah, that's it, that's done. I found the shell sitting out in a paddock out near Wirraloo.
Yep.
It's the old Reaper burnout car.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's Reaper. So it's got metal flares on the rear, it had the roll cage, it had the chassis kit. It was just a shell, everything in it, family built, ground up. I got made redundant, so that's the only reason it's happened. So 6 months of bodywork by me. My dad done the driveline. The reason it's got turbos is because there's nowhere for an exhaust to go. So that was him. It's still got some teething problems. I do want to do burnouts in it. That's what I want to do, but at the moment I'm happy it just runs and stops.
It's on methanol?
E85.
E85, yep.
Yeah, so it's got a UC dash in it. It's got just aftermarket seats. It's got pink race belts in it. It's DNA fuchsia pink. So it took about 30 hours to paint it. It's got.
You guys painted it?
Yeah, so I did all the body. My friend Kev did the pink. My sister and I spent 5 hours taping in all the flames.
Yeah.
And then the skulls that are on the front is a stencil.
Yeah.
So that was me with a gun, stencil,
wow,
and
that's
the flames.
amazing.
And my friend just had to stand and watch because I knew when to stop with the paint.
That's incredible. That is
incredible.
That
is a real credit because the paintwork. I had just a quick look at that as well. Simon dragged me over there and said, "You got to check this car out. You've got to look at this."
Yeah.
Dragged me down there, and I'm glad he did because that is a magnificent paint job.
And you know what, Nick? During the course of the day, I've had because I spent a lot of time hanging around that car. I mean, that is just great. That's the sort of thing that I build.
Yeah, I know.
and you know that for me, as someone that engineers these things, what I found so many solutions in that car to problems that I go, oh no, there's not enough room for that. But you guys have figured it out.
I mean, it's my dad. My dad, Andrew, it's an absolute credit. Andrew Watts, absolute credit to him. And I mean, it was only on Wednesday he was removing the intercooler to get it to idle because it was suffering, like no oxygen. It was just suffocating.
Yeah. So while I was there, I saw so many people take photos and comment about the paint. And I honestly thought that it was like some big paint shop that had done it.
No.
That's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
No, so like so the whole point. It's got a bit of a story for me is because I have my other one's pearl maroon and I had not a fan of the colour, but this one I was like, well, pink, I like pink. It gets girls to come up and look at it. It doesn't matter if you know anything about cars. As long as you see a pink car, you see a pink beacon, you're gonna go.
Yeah.
And then it's got the big block with the turbo, so all the boys come up to as well. So it just gets everyone involved. It's all it's for.
It's
getting
crazy.
people involved.
So power glide transmission?
No, T400.
T400. Wow.
Yeah, 9-inch T400, 454 but 496.
Any plans? I noticed it's got a roll cage in it. Any plans on racing it?
Hopefully. Burnout comp is where I want to go.
Yeah.
But if that fails, drag racing's fine.
I'm a bit gutted now, Nick.
Well, 'cause, yeah, my other one used to run a 12.9 just with a 350 and methanol, so yeah, that's just a straight car.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
It's a beautiful car, and you've done a magnificent job, at least.
Thanks, guys.
It is a really nice car, a fine example. I must be honest, when you arrived this morning, I think I was over there somewhere, a bit stressed out, and I saw that coming. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Then you started it up. I said, that's even better.
Exactly, it gets everyone involved.
You know, there's a great story behind this because it's really been a family effort, hasn't it?
It's the labour of love. Yep. It's definitely a labour of love.
Thanks for coming on and telling us all about it.
Not a problem.
No, we appreciate that.
Thanks for having me.
You don't have a website or a Facebook page where people can follow the car?
I do have a Facebook page, but it's just the XMy350 or 454.
Okay.
But
so
I don't really use it because it never really it goes on the tow truck and it goes to an event. It goes back on the tow truck and it goes back on the shed. We're working on it.
You need to exploit it.
We're working on it.
You need to have T-shirts and hats and stubby holders.
One day.
But you probably don't have time. I mean, if you're working on that car all the time, I can imagine you probably don't have time to be Instagramming or Facebooking.
Yeah, well, it's not just that one because my VS Clubby decided to not play the game and I lost that engine a few months ago. So that's on the... So it kind of just goes back to the Batbird. But I mean, we've got 2 EK sedans and an EK Ute to do as well. So this is and my other Tirana. My other Tirana's in rust repair.
Listen, I don't want to throw a spanner in the works here, but there seems to be a common denominator with these engines blowing up.
No, me. There's been burnouts where you can see me driving around and I've just finished the skid and I've jumped out and the whole radiator explodes and I'm covered in fluid. Yeah, it's me. It's me wrecking these engines.
Fair enough. At least we really appreciate your time coming up here and saying yes to coming over and doing an interview. Really appreciate that, and thanks for that, and all the best with the car.
Well, thank you. Hopefully, motivation will be really, really good.
I look forward to seeing you.
As long as I have a brake pedal as I'm going down the track, I'm really happy.
That's good news. All right, thanks for that.
Thanks.
So, everyone, the big news is we're pregnant.
And the other big news is I'm upgrading the brakes on my Mustang.
If you really love cars, Auto One.
Hey, look, we'll just bring the formalities, even though the show's we've still got another hour to go. We thought we'd bring the formalities to a close right now. So we need to thank, firstly, the people at Auto One and Shannons. Firstly, for putting up basically $1,000 worth of prizes here. We're going to split that into two prizes. So that's $500 to be spent at Auto One, and another $500 to be spent at Auto One. So, and congratulations to those. But before we get to them, we got some honourable mentions. Now, we haven't judged in terms of best car today. We've judged more in terms of the best story, because we felt that the story was what was really important today in remembering the Holden brand in Australia. So we've given some honourable mentions here. So these people will be winning a garage sign, thanks to the guys at Shannons and Auto One. One of the stories that I felt was quite really nice story was from a young lady called Athena Burton. So well done, Athena. I know she's probably not standing right here now, but you take home a garage sign. Her story was about the HZ wagon. It's an ex-camp quality car. Done a lot of charity work, that car. She's purchased it, could have restored it back to some other sort of spec, but she's keeping the spirit alive in that with the Scooby-Doo theme. So you can see that car right at the end of this row. So thanks to Athena for bringing your car along. We really appreciate that. The second honourable mention, Rodney Smith. He's brought 2 FJs along, so thank you, Rodney. I didn't get that backstory on that one, so can you fill us in with that one, James?
Yeah, the way he's told the story, he's had a lifelong passion for Holdens. His wife's worked 30 years with this dealership actually, and he's always had FJs. The 2 FJs he's got right now are absolutely pristine examples. He's got a panel van and also a ute. and both in original condition, restored, but in concourse condition effectively, and absolutely amazing examples of the cars.
Yeah. No, so thank you, Rodney. Thank you for bringing your cars along. Now, in the running to win the banners as well, more special stories we thought was fitting. Craig Wall, who bought the VL Walkinshaw. Now, you don't see too many VL Walkinshaws around anymore, so that's a magnificent example. Richie, you spoke with him. Tell us a little bit about that one.
Yeah, what I really like about it, it's one of one. The Walkinshaws, but this one has lots and lots of options with a leather trim, the sunroof, a few other things on it. Yeah, so it truly is. It's one of one. It's a really unique car. It's in really good nick, and I think it's well deserved.
Yeah, no, most certainly. And last but not least, in the honourable mentions, also winning the banner, Alan Little with his FX Holden. That is a magnificent car. That's just over there. If you haven't, when I say over there, if you're looking at us, to your left. It is a beautiful car. Again, I'm not familiar with the backstory on that one there, but
I was reading the board on that, one of the earliest registered Holdens, and registered in December of 1948, and if my memory serves me correct, I think the FJ was only launched in July or August or something like that of 1948, so really, really early. It was body number 19. Still got the original number plates on it.
Yeah.
Really cool old car, and it's an original as well, hasn't been restored.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a beautiful car, and I think they've done a magnificent job. The other one, sorry James, I'm going to throw you under the bus. We've got to give away another one here. I just remembered another banner. Sorry,
Sure.
My apologies.
No, you're
I'm
right.
going to throw you right under this bus. But a gentleman I spoke with earlier this morning as well, Mike Safford. I don't know if he's still here, but his FC Holden, 1958 FC Holden. Wow, what a story with that car as well. His father migrated from Albania in the mid-50s, bought that brand new from here. Back in 1958, well, not at this, they were in their previous location, but City Motors, still got the City Motors
dealership sticker?
Yeah, on the car. He's restored it, took him 30 years.
Oh, we're feeding back nicely.
He's restored that car, a magnificent car. So, yeah, Mike, thanks for sharing your story as well. That was a great story. We did that one early this morning, so thanks for that. All right, well, James, that brings us to our winners here. Richie, you talk us through your winner today.
My winner today, it's one of those stories that, you'd almost see coming out of Hollywood. They could build a movie around this story, and he's right in front of us, and he probably really hasn't picked up on it. The whole story, building the car, Dad, the trip to Summernats, and picking up the Grand Champion award. A, it's just one thing to get a car to Summernats. B, it's another thing altogether to end up in the top 60. But to bring home Grand Champion is such an amazing feat, and to see that story unfold the way that it did, I'm really proud to say that I was there and I watched it all unfold. And to me, that is one of those stories. And it's a story you couldn't write in Hollywood. So, Mark Happy Williams, we got $500 from Auto One for you here, mate. There we go. There you go up. That's yours.
Mark, if you want, you can grab a microphone. Don't be shy. You can grab that microphone and have a quick chat with us.
Hang on, let me. I'm colourblind. Is that red or green?
Green.
That's green. Where go?
Hello?
Hello, yeah, we're famous. Yeah, Mark, again, beautiful car. Congratulations with it, and it is a hell of a story. Do you pinch yourself at times and think that really happened?
Yeah, all the time, mate. The plates on the front, I've finally took them out of the wrapper last night to bring it today because it's a special day for Holden. Thanks for James putting it all on. So I've got a few things out. Got for my dad plates on the back of it as well today. So brought a few special things out.
Beautiful. Well
deserved, Mark. Well done.
Yeah,
well deserved, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of it around the traps.
Yeah, looking forward. Motivation. I've got to fix the gearbox with Gons wherever he is. He's a good man.
There he is over there.
Got to get him to help me fix the box. We blew it up the other week. It's only got first and reverse. So we can get it on the tow truck to take it home, and then I'll fix it and bring it back for motivation and give it a shot over here.
Great, well done.
I don't want to say second spot. It's not second. It's equal first.
Equal first.
Equal first, most definitely. James, why don't you talk us through this one?
Oh, well, I think he is it's a very special story. I've heard it a few times now, with just the raw and pure emotion that goes into it, and the car that he had purchased as a young guy, and really, always wanted to build it, and just got the inspiration from his late father, who unfortunately passed away. But that was his inspiration and his motivation to build the car into what it is, and he's absolutely in love with the car, and it's just such a heartwarming story to hear, and such a sad story at the same time. So it's so much mixed emotions, and really, don't know what else to say. I think he tells it a lot better than I do every single time I hear it, but it's a story that never gets old.
Well, congratulations to Claude Dagliese. Fitting winner, I must say. That car is an absolutely magnificent car. And his story, if you haven't heard it, go back through the podcast and listen to that story. If it doesn't bring a tear to your eye, it's just a really touching story. He probably hasn't heard us. I think he's still up at the car, isn't he?
He's back behind the car. He's still here. So.
Oh, yeah, but he's still... I don't think he's within earshot, so...
Claude, come here.
If someone can bring...
I'll ring him. How about that?
Yeah, get him down here.
No, I think it's fabulous. I got to say, James has done a great job, and I know what's involved with getting streets closed and getting Newcastle Street closed on a Sunday. I reckon, James, have you got some compromising pictures of Basil's Empress or something? Have you?
No. We're actually City of Vincent, so we're in the clear with Basil. But no, nonetheless, it was a bit of a task to get the street closed, and it didn't come at no cost. So we're really lucky that we're in a position to be able to support events like this and community events as well. Obviously, this is being our own event is something a bit different. We prefer to give the money to other people and let them have the headaches. But I think we're in a bit of a position to have something special like this on behalf of Holden in their final year, which is. I don't know what else to say. It's something special, and it's really great to hear all the feedback and everyone that's enjoyed the show and has bought their cars out, and the fact that it's not your usual car show where we're not judging the quality of your car, we're judging your passion for the car, and that's really what embodies everything to do with Shannons. It's about your passion. If your car's special to you, it's special to us.
James, can I say, thank you to Shannons. I've been doing what I do for 30 odd years or more, and wherever I went around the country, whatever event I was going to, Shannons were there. They're always there in some way, shape or form. And whether they're supporting big events like Summer Nats, or whether they're supporting small grassroots events like my own Southern Coffee Cruise, like Max, Shannons are there. And I think if it wasn't for Shannons, for what you were doing, what your team, what Shannons around the country are doing, motorsport wouldn't thrive the way that it does. And so, on behalf of all car enthusiasts around the country, I want to say thank you. And from me personally, you're a great support of what I do with Southern Coffee Cruise and other things. And thank you, and thank you to the Shannons team for being a great part of Australian motoring.
Thanks a lot, Richie. And look, it was on the brief. I don't know if you actually read it, but it is actually 40 years of Shannons Insurance this year, and we're actually we're 49 years when the late Robert Shannon started his first classic vehicle insurance company. So that's always been at the heart for nearly 50 years. Of what we do as an insurance company, so it's not going to change anytime soon. We'll be around our communities as best we can.
All right, gents. Look, we'll bring this podcast to an end. Episode 100. What a way to end it! I'm really, really proud of what you guys have been able to do. Really happy that Shannon's got us along. Josh down the end there. It's his first time on the microphone on the podcast. Thanks for helping out, Josh. Hey, and Richie, thanks for your time as well. Really appreciate it. Thanks for.
It's been a pleasure to be here and be a part of this today. It's been a really unique event. We've seen some great cars. We've heard some great stories, and long live Holden.
Yeah,
definitely. It's good to have a professional working for us too.
Who'd that be?
And Brendan, once again, thanks to you as well for capturing the moment today. Jordan's out there somewhere. And David Turk as well for his efforts in the photos today. The team photo out on the road. We really appreciate that. James, thank you very much.
Hooray, James! Yay, James! Woohoo!
Thank you, James. We really appreciate it. And the team from Shannons over here as well. Thanks, guys and girls from Shannons, for helping out. The team at Auto One as well. City of Vincent for getting on board with this show as well, allowing us to do it. Main Roads Department, closing the road, allowing the road closure to take place. Traffic Management for closing the road as well. All those involved. I'm sure I've missed someone. I'm really sorry if I have. Thank you for sharing it. 88.5 as well, 88.5 FM. Great gift they've given us here today as well, so really appreciate all their efforts.
You know, Nick, I think that this was an incredible event. Considering how quick it all got put together, the turnout was amazing. Not just in competitors or people displaying their vehicles, but also in spectators. I would have to say that this was bigger than the GM day, the last one that I went to.
Hey, Josh, any thoughts then? Any closing comments you want to share with us?
Firstly, you want to say congratulations for you guys having your 100th podcast. We're really grateful that you decided to do that here live at our event. We're really thankful for coming out.
Oh, thank you.
I think we were just happy to be invited, to be honest.
Yeah, we certainly were.
Thanks for all the people who came out, brought out their cars. The weather was pretty miserable this morning, but they all braved it and came out, and it turned out to be a really good day.
You know, just on that note, one of the people who we interviewed, it was only the third time in the history of the vehicle that it had ever been wet.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
That shows you the importance of this event.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, on that bombshell, we'll end this one here. And thanks, guys. Thanks for helping me out. We couldn't get to 100 without you two, that's for sure.
Oh, well, thank you. So,
where's the champagne?
We'll have that at our Christmas party.
Yeah.
All right. All right, thanks everyone. We'll cut it right there. Thanks for tuning in.
All right. See you later.
See you later.